So I'm not sure many of you know the story of how the Critical Mass logo came to be. So I thought I'd tell that story. I was looking at my shirt this morning. I didn't realize I put it on. And it has the Taz here. The name, we needed a name for the new racer, right? When it came here in pieces in Auburn. And it needed a name. So we put out, when we were still racing T6s, we put out sheets of paper on the tables and people wrote names. And I'm sure my dad's got them somewhere. Of all the names the fans thought we should name this airplane. Lots of them. And we ended up talking about it, narrowing it down, and coming up with Critical Mass. And I'm not sure where the Critical Mass actually came from. That part, whether that was something on the lists or whether somebody else came up with it. But honestly, that's not the part I'm here to talk about. Maybe Dad knows more. Ken might also. Not sure he was around. He was at the Air Force. So what I'm here to talk about is the Taz. At the beginning, there was a picture on the cowling, which is downstairs in the hangar here. And so we had a name, I think. I'm sure we had a name. And we needed a logo. We needed a nose art, basically, right? So I was dating a girl. You know who you are. And she said, I have the logo for your airplane. And I said, what are you talking about? And she showed me on her ankle, she had a temporary tattoo. And it was this one. And I said, what is that? And she says, that's the Tasmanian Devil, and that is your father. And I said, ooh, you're right. And she had the little sheet of paper that the temporary tattoos came on with 5 or so of those different things with the Taz on it. And on the back was a picture, part of the marketing of it. And it had this logo. So I got that from her, took it, made the rounds. Everybody thought that was awesome. We ended up giving it to Mike Klein, Mike the Stripe, we called him. He was our striper. And he put that little picture onto an overhead projector, an old school overhead projector, and shined it onto the cowling that I had mocked up on its side in the hangar, up on, like it would be on the airplane, something where he could paint it. And he then proceeded to hand paint Taz on the side of the cowling. And he did both sides, and that's what it became. Now, fast forward, once we got rid of the A26 cowling and went to the DC7 cowling, we ended up doing it in vinyl, which it is as it is today, kind of peeling off and whatnot from the years and the speed and whatnot and the heat. I was never sure if the vinyl was going to hold up to the heat. Speed, yeah, probably, but the heat, I wasn't sure it was going to be any good. But as I recall, we never changed it. That's the original one from when we put it on and raced it, that it's still the same. And one side of it anyway lives on the second floor of the tower. If you ever get to Auburn, that's where it lives. And that's the story. So any further questions, hit me up in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. And if I can come up with any more on that regard, we'll drop another video or whatever we got to do. But anyway, that would be Saturday in the Tower, your update on how the Critical Mass logo came to be. Cheers.